Hey guys, let's talk about slope-intercept form. So, before we get into the problem, we should probably understand what is slope-intercept form. So it's going to look like y equals mx plus b. Okay, so the y is going to be all by itself, and you're going to have mx plus b. In this case, the m and b are going to represent constants, which is just numbers. So you don't typically see m and b. You're going to see a number here in place of the m and a number here in place of the b. And it doesn't have to be positive. It could be a minus. It doesn't matter. What's important is the number, and we've looked at this in class. The number in front of the x, that is your slope. So whatever is the number in front of x, that is your m. That is the slope. It's not mx, it's just the number only in front of x is your slope. Well, if you look at the back, that number that's not attached to the x, whatever is being added or subtracted off on the end, that is going to be your y-intercept. So our b is the y-intercept. Knowing this information, it's going to help us be able to graph equations of lines in slope-intercept form. So our first problem here, it says, given the following equation of a line, find the slope and y-intercept, graph the line, then find the x-intercept. So I have y equals 2/3 x minus 6. Remember, the number in front of the x is my slope. So I see a 2/3 there, so I'm going to write 2/3 here. In the back, I see a minus 6. That is my b, that is my y-intercept. But when I write down my y-intercept here, I like to write it as coordinates. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plot this point and then write the coordinates. So I need a y-intercept, which means I need to cross the y-axis at -6, which is all the way down here. Now the coordinates for that, remember coordinates are x first, then y. So x first, then y. The coordinates of this guy is x is 0 and y is -6. So I get 0, -6. So before I could get the x-intercept, I don't really know where I'm crossing yet. I need to draw my line to see where we're crossing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this slope here. Remember, the slope is going to be rise over run. So it's going to determine how many we go either up or down, and then how many we're going to go to the right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at our point 0.06. And it shows that I need, first off, it's positive, so I should be going up. It should be going up this direction. It's a positive number. I need to go up 2, so I need to rise by 2. So I'm going to go 1, 2. And I need to run, which means go to the right by 3. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to put a point. So I went up 2 over 3. And then from there, I'm just going to continue that pattern. Up 2 over 3. Up 2 to the right 3. So I have enough points to form a line here, but if I want to fill in the points on the left side, I need to kind of continue this trend. So it should be coming downwards. So to get the points on the left, I'm going to do everything in the opposite. So instead of going up 2 into the right 3, I'm going to go down 2 into the left 3. Down 2 into the left 3. It's just the opposite. And how you know you have it correct is all those points should line up. If they don't line up, then something's not right. I'm going to take something with a straight edge. My ID works great for that. Line them up, arrows on the end, and there's my line. So now I'm ready to find the x-intercept. So I just need to see where do we cross the x-axis, which is this one. We cross all the way down here. So I just need to write the xy coordinate. And the xy coordinate of that is 9, 0. So that's one example. I want to show you one more. So again, we're given the equation of a line. We need to find the slope and the y-intercept, graph the line, and then find the x-intercept. So I have y plus 8 equals 2x. Hopefully what you're noticing on this one is things are a little bit different. Slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. I need to have my y by itself. And then everything else on the other side. Right now I don't have that. I just have y plus 8. So to get y by itself, I need to get rid of a plus 8, a positive 8. The opposite of plus 8 is minus 8. So I can move this to the other side. And the reason this works, plus 8, minus 8, inverses, they're gone. On the right side, you got to be careful here. I have a 2x minus 8. This is not -6. It's not -6x. because this has an x, this does not. They are not like terms. So we're just going to leave them be, just 2x minus 8. So now looking at it, it looks just like y equals mx plus b, my slope-intercept form. So we can go ahead and look at the number in front of the x as my slope, so I see a 2. My y-intercept is b, which in place of b I see negative 8. So I need to go on my axis, my y-axis, down to negative 8. And I could write the coordinates of this, the xy coordinates, that is 0, negative 8. Only thing I'll have to do is figure out my slope from here and graph it, find my x-intercept. And again, remember, slope is rise over run, rise over run. But on this one, I just see a 2. So when it's just a number like 2, you can write 2 divided by 1, because 2 divided by 1 is still just 2. So this might help you out with the rise over run. So I need to rise 2, run 1. It is a positive number, so it should be going up. So I'm going to go up 2 over 1. Up 2 over 1. Up 2 over 1. Up 2 over 1. And you can just continue that pattern all the way to the edge. There you go. If I want to do the opposite direction, instead of going up 2, right 1, I can go down 2, left 1 also works as well. What I'm going to do is take my D. They all line up, which is good. That means I'm doing it correct. Arrows on the end. Just have to find the x-intercept, which is where I cross the x-axis, which is all the way down here. That's at 4, 0. And that is graphing in slope-intercept form. Be very careful. Make sure you get your y by itself first, and then you can get all the pieces of information you need and graph it.